So P. Diddy, guys, has been smacked with a $10 million lawsuit. This has just come in as of the last 24 hours, and we need to get into the details. Hey guys, it's Murad Murali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Daily and consistent content. Subscribe to the channel, please. It's just one click, and let's get straight into this madness, guys. But as the verdict appeared yesterday, it seems also a 10 million lawsuit did as well. He has been hit with a new lawsuit by Edmond Laurent, a former model and actor who once appeared in music videos for multiple artists, and is suing Diddy and several Jane and John Does for assault, battery, intentional infliction, and emotional distress. The Dominica native who moonlighted as an exotic dancer under the name Islander is seeking 10 million. The 32-page filed Tuesday night LA describes a series of alleged incidents that took place in the late 2000s at a swath of luxury hotels in the LA area, including the Intercontinental in Century City, SLS in Beverly Hills, and the Mondrian. Not the Mondrian. According to the lawsuit, Laurent was drugged and R-worded by Combs and a mystery woman, wouldn't be surprised if that's Christina Coram, who purposely punctured a condom with her nails and exposed the plaintiff to a STI. The complaint states that he suffered severe health issues. Suffered severe health issues, including stomach cancer, as a result of the alleged abuse. As described in the complaint, Laurent is heterosexual and was once a highly sought after to be in music videos. In the late 2000s, he was signed to a modeling agency. The alleged abuse perpetrated by Diddy began when Laurent's agency booked him for a job at a party at a LA hotel. He arrived to find a man and a woman wearing masks who wanted a private dance. Seeing nothing wrong with the request, plaintiff proceeded to perform. After the performance, he was paid and left. The man was Combs, according to the complaint. A few days later, he received another call from the woman and he returned. That could be Cassie. After performing his dance for the couple, the woman propositioned Laurent for intercourse. According to the complaint, Diddy noted how much pleasure he derived from watching another man F his girl, similar to Kanye West. Laurent agreed, put on a condom, and proceeded to have sex with the woman. He was paid an additional $1,000. Following that encounter, the woman continued to contact Laurent, inviting him to return. Upon arriving for another meeting at the Mondrian, the couple unmasked themselves and plaintiff to apply on an excessive amount of baby oil. They offered a drink, which he tasted and declined, informing them that at the time he did not want to consume alcohol. Jane Doe then offered him cocaine, ecstasy, and GHB, all of which plaintiff declined, reiterating that he did not use substances. He should take things to lighten up, Diddy said, and under pressure he obliged. He became dizzy, lightheaded, and months went by before he received a call from Jane Doe and was invited to another hotel. He was offered substances, but he declined, but he was forced to use an immense amount of baby oil, which he believes was infused with GHB. So many people are saying this, guys. While Laurent had sex with the woman, Diddy asked him to remove his condom. Plaintiff refused, and Sean and Jane informed him that they had recently been tested. They were both clean, but unfortunately that wasn't the case, and it looks like he had contracted an STI. Jane Doe reached down and broke the condom with her fingernails as plaintiff was penetrating her. Sean Combs then came behind, leaning closely and whispering in his ear, "Yeah, F that P, pound that P." Lord. His voice was deliberate and insistent, reinforcing the coercive atmosphere. Plaintiff felt increasingly trapped and uncomfortable, but due to the effects of the drugs, he couldn't really do anything in the baby oil. He also told the woman how to perform oral, which she did not perform as instructed. On the final encounter, the couple offered Laurent some orange juice, specifically because he did not drink alcohol. Unbeknownst to him, Jane Doe and Sean Combs had spiked the drink with rofinol and ketamine. Wow. When plaintiff regained conscious, he was lying on the bed naked, shaken in and slathered in baby oil. Weeks later, he had anal warts appeared around his rectum. The complaint says he was diagnosed with condyloma. Laurent began vomiting so frequently that he lost his ability to retain solid foods or liquids, and as a result he suffered debilitating health issues that led to gastric surgery and eventually stomach cancer, the suit says. The lawsuit is represented by Tyron Blackburn. A lot to break down here. 10 million lawsuit, it's a lot. Tyron Blackburn is going to be hard to prove with this lawyer, no shade, no tea. But, STIs being contracted, anal warts, I'm not surprised by. Who is this other woman? I'm assuming it's Cassie, and they were basically all told to do things under the pressure from Diddy. And once again, they're saying that baby oil was basically being slathered and had been basically had some kind of GHB contact in it. So whilst the whole court madness is going on, he's still being hit with lawsuits, and I think that it's going to continue even with this verdict because he's still received a guilty verdict on 2 counts. Now, outside of that, another lawsuit from Diddy that he's facing, a civil lawsuit, has been dismissed. And so I think that whilst new lawsuits are going to come in, other lawsuits that are standing because of this verdict are also going to be dismissed. And a recent lawsuit which was reported is no longer existing anymore. So I wanted to just add that second topic into this conversation. Young Miami is reacting to all of this. She is getting dragged ridiculously, and rightly so, because her responses are absolutely wild. She's putting the 1111 sign to show that, you know, angel numbers, somebody has got Diddy, God has got Diddy, basically congratulating him for the fact that he won in regards to the RICO verdict. Not only that, she then put up a meme of Justin Bieber doing this, basically saying, well done, he bust case, he cleared case. And I just think it's so grossly insensitive to so many of these victims and alleged victims who came up on that stand and spoke about everything that happened to them, whether it be Cassie's friends, whether it be Cassie, whether it even be Jane Doe to extent, or Capricorn Clark. It just honestly is horrific that this would happen. So horrific. All of these victims, people celebrating. I'm sick and tired of it because it's so insensitive to these people that Diddy has harmed, as if he can get away with it. That's basically what this has shown. And her reacting like this is ridiculous. You also have Tiny, reacting, putting up an Instagram post saying that, you know, nothing wrong with being funky in the bedroom, kinky in the bedroom. And then in those comments, you have Kim Porter's ex-best friend or best friend basically saying that, you know, congratulating Diddy and basically agreeing with Tiny. The fact that Kim Porter's best friend is saying this is wild to me. I feel like that woman really had no friends, but who am I to say that I wasn't there? But not only that, guys, all of these celebrities now are slowly coming out to congratulate Diddy, who are too scared to say anything. Because if Diddy actually had that RICO and all 5 counts were guilty, they would be mute. These people are only congratulating Diddy in some kind of way because of they feel safe to do so now, but that's how they always felt. Because they're probably doing the same stuff or somewhat similar. This has got nothing to do about him being kinky in the bedroom, because if that were to be the case, you idiots, then people wouldn't be coming out with civil lawsuits, or there wouldn't be people testifying saying they were harmed by this man. I just think it's so disrespectful to the likes of so many of these women and men, especially Cassie, who literally was crying on that stand pregnant, stating so many times, she literally said she was on the floor crying because right there and then Diddy R-worded her. That was in her testimony. So all these people coming out to congratulate him, what are you doing? You look like an idiot. I don't know what young Miami thought. Maybe she was congratulating him because she was expecting him to come out at night so that, you know, she was able to swallow his piss, because we know that she loves to do that. Maybe, I don't understand, maybe she was going to have the 4th of July party with this man. I wouldn't be surprised if she, you know, took pictures with him after everything happened. She's that person where she would say, nothing happened to me. Oh, well, I guess he's a good guy because he was a good guy to me, when you know that he's been a bad guy to everybody else. But because he was a good guy to you, he's suddenly an angel. I think it's so embarrassing, guys. It genuinely is so embarrassing I don't know. I just find it to be weird. I don't know. Not only that, guys, but Aubrey O'Day has come into the conversation and she has put out her own statement, and this is basically what she's had to say. The cultural weight of this choice is immeasurable. It is heartbreaking to witness how many lives have been impacted by the experiences with Sean Combs, only for those stories to fall short in the eyes of the jury. I can only hope these jurors never have to watch someone they love endure what so many survivors have described. My heart is with Cassie, a woman who could have had a life and a career free of fear and control. And she continues to say, the courtroom operates by the law, but that does not mean it delivers justice. Read, nor is it the best place to develop the moral compass this world so urgently needs. This is the type of statement that I would have expected from so many of these people. Aubrey seems to be hitting the nail right on the head. So many people were responding to her statement saying, well, you know, now you want to speak, but you didn't come to the court to testify. That's not how it works, guys. She wasn't subpoenaed. So why would she be testifying? I don't understand. This is basically what I'm feeling like. The jurors messed this all up. The jurors did not see the pain in what these witnesses were saying in their testimonies. They believed Diddy over multiple of these people. The jurors messed this up. It's honestly insane. They did not deliver justice. Just because this is in the eyes of the court of the law does not mean that justice has been served. The jurors messed this all up. Honestly, when I saw them leaving in that car, some of them were smiling, and I doubt that they would be smiling because it's 4th of July in 48 hours from when the verdict was given and they could go home. I don't believe that. I believe that they were smiling because they were relieved. They can just, you know, be done with this case. And I just feel like, why would you be smiling now that this is the verdict that you have given? You've sat there and watched so many videos. You've sat there and watched all these testimonies. You've seen the video with Cassie and how all of this happened, but yet you don't believe that this woman was sex trafficked. I'm so sorry. I believe she absolutely was. And just because the jurors didn't find that doesn't mean that I don't. I believe that he is guilty of that. Because what do you mean you're beating somebody up, dragging them back into a room, sorting out arrangements from men, preventing her from leaving the hotel because of the injuries that you have given her. She has said this herself, but yet for some reason he's not guilty of it. We can leave Rico to aside for a minute. I definitely believe that he's guilty of the sex trafficking charge of Cassie. That specific count. That's the only thing I'm saying. That is the only count. Not of Jane, of Cassie. That is what I'm shocked by so much. And the jurors could easily have seen this, but they decided not to, and they have messed us up. Not only that, guys, prosecution did a good job, okay? They did a good job with presenting their argument, especially when it came to the closing statement and the people that they wanted to bring in to testify. They had Cassie, Kerry Morgan, Capricorn Clark, Kid Cudi. They presented a well thought out case. But one place where the prosecution messed up with everything is for the fact that it was an all white woman team. I believe white feminism here was a big problem because a lot of what they're saying is not going to land well in front of the jurors when you have a pack of 6 white women discussing all of this and dragging this man down the road, especially when Diddy's team at every avenue were playing the race card. I felt like the frustration of the prosecution and seeing it with my own eyes adds more to it. The reason why I'm saying this is because other people are saying it too, and I can see it, but also in the courtroom, watching and seeing it all, seeing these 6 women going so hard, very emphatic with what they're saying, it can't land well sometimes with jurors when you're seeing a black man there and Diddy's lawyers are playing on that race card so much. I think that is also a pivotal element here, and the prosecution's team should have been mixed. Race absolutely matters in this case. People can say it doesn't. It does. There's so much strong subconscious bias, and especially when Diddy's lawyers were playing that race card 24/7, I felt like the prosecution were kind of giving into it. I believe that the defense not having any witnesses was a very good strategy because all they had to do was provide reasonable doubt from what the prosecution was saying, and I felt like the race element helped to provide that, reasonable doubt. All they were doing was filling in the gaps of, XYZ. This can't be true. Look at these text messages. Oh, you want to say this about Jane? I've got this text from. Oh, I've got this text. They didn't even need to bring a witness, guys. They really didn't. Oh, Lord have mercy. Anyways, let me know your thoughts are, guys, when it comes to this video. Do subscribe to the channel, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. It's just one click to subscribe. That's all you guys have to do. Please do subscribe to the channel, join Marauder Nation, become a Marauder. That's it. And I'll catch you guys soon for another video.